probably all been through this and then listened to my little routine about how to handle the Zoom conference. But I'm going to, for those of you that like to just tune out during that part because you've heard it so often, pay attention to this. We are actually going to record this session, which means that there's no cussing, no cursing, and you all look great on camera. But if you decide you don't want to be captured forever, you can hide yourself. And so we want to be able to share this. I don't know, Robbie, when we can roll it out, but maybe even tomorrow with the midweek memo or something, so that folks that are thinking about the conference will have a resource, because we have brought together 3 extremely busy people to share today. And I'm not sure we can get them all in the same place at the same time, again, between now and conference. So those very, very busy people are Robbie. You want to wave? Robbie's our technical person. Nancy is our conference chair. And Sarah is our membership chair, but for this event, we're just going to call her the party person. She's in charge of all the fun stuff that's going to happen at conference. For those of you, I know you've been through this routine, bottom of your screen, mute yourself, especially if there's background noise. If you don't want us to see your face, mute your video. And we will be using the chat box today, so that if you feel like you really don't want your voice heard, pop your question into chat and we will ask it, and that'll probably be more efficient. We are going to cover everything in an hour, so this is like Disneyland. You know, buckle up your seatbelt. You're in for a fast and fun ride. And we're going to turn it over to Robbie, who is going to introduce us to this whole new virtual platform. No pressure, Robbie. Go for it.
Are we skipping the polls?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Robbie. No, we're not. That's polls. I knew you were in charge of technology. Polls.
Pull away. All right. So the first poll is, are you registered for the NRWA 2020 virtual conference?
I have to be honest, I'm one of the no, not yet, but I'm planning on it. People,
Oh, really?
I haven't done it yet. I really, I'm horrible.
That just would be a great conference.
All right. So it looks like about 15% of us are, and you know, some people are on the fence and 25% are planning on it. So that's good.
Okay.
The second poll is launching now. What is the best part of a virtual conference?
Oof.
More than one answer or just one?
Go for one. Let's see. The truth.
Okay. Wow, this is tough.
Almost there. All right, maybe that's not. Okay, so we're kind of mixed. Less expensive. I don't have to wear shoes. It was a popular one, and of course having access to the workshops after the conference is over. That's definitely a huge benefit, as well as no travel. So that's always nice. And the final poll popping up now. And that is, what is your top priority for this conference?
I feel like we should have some Jeopardy music going on while this is happening.
I could hum along. All right, I think that's about everyone. So that was really mixed between all 4 of them.
What did they share in the chat box?
I'm just looking right now.
Nothing yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Assuming a few people selected that one, so they might be popping things in as we move on. But
yeah, hey, just something pop in. All right, now Robbie is center stage.
Mhm.
Using our new virtual platform.
Okay, and I'm off mute. So I'm sorry for my poor eye contact because I am looking at the screen and a script and all the other things. So this is what our virtual lobby looks like. So once you have your login information for the conference and you are signed in, you will get your login for this. Some of the main things to look at once you are in the lobby is our feed, which is right here. We'll post any sort of major announcements, updates, anything else here. Once you really get there, there'll be some kind of welcome message. The chat box that's on the side, this is a general open chat for all participants. There is an arrow where you will have direct messages with other participants, and then some access to other chat boxes for other sessions that you are going to. And then the menu on the left is how you will navigate through the conference. So the main stage is where all of the general sessions will be. And what's really scary is that it gives us
Yes.
when it will actually be. Or exciting. The concurrent sessions are also located in this menu. So this has got some testing in here. So there's no actual person named Bobbert Hancock, but we're just doing some other testing to figure out how everything functions. But you will go to this menu to check out all of the sessions that we have going on and on the schedule. And then workshops is one more version of the sessions. For those will be ones that have more than one speaker going on at a time. So back under the concurrent sessions, what I want to point out is you're able to go through once you're registered and select which sessions you plan on attending. So you can mark the star to show your interest, or once your registration is complete, there'll be a button on the inside to register for the session. Now, registering for conference gets you registered for everything, but registering for the session will add it to your specific agenda, and you will get reminders both in the platform and via email of when one of the sessions you're interested in is about to start. And I see that I can't see the chat box, but I see it lighting up a little. So I'm going to jump to questions at the end. I just can only look so many directions at one time.
And I forgot to mention, this is Kathy here. I'm going to be, I can monitor the chat box so that you don't have to, you know, dual.
Well, Robbie, we had a question about what the URL is for this, so I answered that one. It's just we will be uploading registrations a little bit later this month, so each person will get their own unique login and password for this Excel events platform.
Right. Thank you. Okay, so moving right along. So I'm going quickly, so I apologize. Just trying to show everything that we have that we're working with relatively quickly. So the networking panel, we will have elements of the conference called Meetups, and they will be kind of like speed dating, although we're not necessarily trying to get everyone dating, but just quick chats. Like, think of it like how when at conference, when you're getting your coffee and you run into somebody and you chat for a couple minutes. This will be a virtual room where you can just have a quick chat with other participants before sessions have started up for the day, or maybe after they have finished for the day. Also, there will be a people panel that has a listing of all of the participants who are attending. What you'll want to do once you do get your conference registration virtual materials, you'll want to update your profile. So you can share a picture, you can share some information about yourself. talk about what you want to learn, and then you can even include the types of people you're looking to meet or specific attendees that you want to connect with while conference is going on. And then these will be viewable from the people menu, so you can see what everyone else is doing. I'm switching the order of my script, so bear with me. Finally, the exhibitor or the expo section is where we will have our exhibitors and some other elements that we've seen in other conferences, like the Book Nook and the member-to-member ad book and some other NRWA resources. This is not fully built out yet, but I do have the certification one as our tester. Our vendors are able to upload video, share links to documents and their websites, and then you can even schedule times with their representatives. Either you can chat with them in real time while you're in their booth. You can schedule a meeting for a time that works for both of you. Also, during specific times of conference, we will have open exhibitor hours where they will be in this booth by video. They will be able to do demos. They can talk to you. It will not be a one-on-one video, kind of like how we have it now with Zoom. But they will be able to answer any questions that come through in real time and show you through their product or their website or whatever they are offering. So the one element I skipped is the leaderboard. So this is a new element to the conference platform that we are still working the kinks out on, but all participants in the conference will get points. You get a point for filling out your profile, for going to sessions, for going to booths, for all sorts of things. And then there will be a running tally. So right now I'm the only one registered and completed for some of this stuff. But once we have all of our attendees in, this will go up and down throughout the conference with different people taking the lead, the more parts of conference they interface with. So that is my very quick rundown. Let me see how I can open the chat box and see where we are question-wise.
And Jen's been doing a great job responding. I think the
Okay.
main question is, are we going to be able to get into this early so we can set up our profile and all of that before the first day of the conference?
Yes, for sure. But we do not have the exact date yet, but it will be in advance of conference. You will have at least, I'm hoping at least a week, if not more, to start entering in your information, filling out your profile, looking at the session times and figuring out what your schedule really looks like.
Any other questions? We can either, it's easier if you put them in the chat box, because we actually copy that so that we can remember everybody's questions and answers. But if anybody wants to just pop up and ask a question.
Do you want me to type it into the chat box? Oh, I'll let Jane go.
Oh, go ahead, Nancy. Go. I mean, you're on. Go ahead.
Well, meetups versus people in the section that you went to.
Yes, so meetups will only be active during the times that they are scheduled. So for example, on Sunday morning, we will probably have some meetups scheduled, but that will be for an hour or two. Once, if there is not a meetup schedule, then you can't do like the speed dating thing. Whereas with people, once you're connected, you can schedule times to meet with a specific person or just start a direct chat.
Okay, so if you are, the meetups, is that where they randomly put you together?
Yes.
Or,
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. So the
Okay.
meetups are done randomly according to who's available at any given time in the meetup section.
okay.
One thing, so Nancy, there is There is a lounge feature that is supposed to be added this month. If you recall, that people could go to at any time and just see if anybody in between meetings, or, even in the evening after it finishes. It's only during the days of our conference, but this lounge area is what they showed us in our demo, and it exists, but they were, I guess, putting some tweaks on it, and they said that it's supposed to come out this month. So that's just kind of where you can go and see. You could do essentially a meetup with someone if you want to just go into the lounge and see who's there. You'll be able to see, this will be over on this left-hand side. I don't know if it's going to be a separate tab under networking or a separate one. It will be in that area, and people can just go and see who's hanging out there, and you can ask if you want to meet up via one-to-one video, or there's going to be a separate chat box so you can chat with them, that type of thing.
Will we also include a link for a Zoom room?
So you mean full-time, just constantly going?
I think so.
Okay, well, we can discuss doing that. I don't know who.
I wasn't sure if that's what.
Someone would have to man that room for hours.
Yeah, that would
Okay,
have
okay.
to be. Yeah.
So any of the, when we're doing the networking sessions, those are definitely going to be, they'll be built into this platform, in the sense that you'll see the session within Excel events, but then there will be a Zoom link to take you. So those are the only times that we'll be taking you off of the platform. So in the evening, if there's a networking session, we'll take you off of, the platform for Zoom. But you'll see it listed here on your schedule.
Okay. And then last question, I know it's but part of your profile was who I want to meet up with, and you put names in there. Does it match you automatically with those people, or is that just you saying, I'd like to meet up with Robbie? Or does it somehow filter?
I think that what I thought that was is the type of person you're looking to connect with.
Oh,
rather
okay,
than the
not
person.
actual
I don't
name.
think it actually matches you.
Okay. Like I would like to meet other resume writers or other independent people. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to get some confirmation on that, because wants to meet and looking to meet sound similar to me, and I want to make sure that I'm interpreting them correctly.
Okay.
I want to jump in for a minute. I noticed a question about the exhibitors area. We will have a more in-depth training for folks that are vendors, so that they really understand the benefits of their sponsorship. So that will come, but so just wanted to add those comments. And Jen, thank you very much for reminding everybody that we are recorded for folks coming in late. This will be available. Okay. I'm sorry. Any other questions for Robbie? Okay, let's move on to Nancy, who's going to share about the program.
Hi. Well, I really just wanted to share a little bit about some of the people that are going to be there. I know recently in Noreen's newsletter, I don't want to call it Noreen's newsletter, but I know Noreen's writing it these days. So I loved the write-up about Dr. Minnick and her presentation. And that's one that I really think is going to be a good session that I'm really interested. I know I've taken sessions before on implicit bias in resume writing. And so I think, but it's been a while. And so I'm really excited to learn more about that session. And I'm pretty sure that that's a general session, which is nice. So some of our sessions, if you haven't already checked out the agenda, are all general, and some are the concurrent. And so general sessions are where there are no other activities going on or any other sessions that you have to choose between. So it's nice because then everybody's in there, and we can get the chat feature going in there and really hopefully get some good discussion going. But there was something that we really wanted people to have an opportunity not to miss. And so, we've got some, I can speak, I know Donna's in the group, and we were at her session last year where she had fun with grammar. And I know anyone who even thinks that they know everything about grammar, there was so much like little tricks and tips that she has in there, and it was very gamified. So a lot of interaction and a lot of fun in that one, hence Fun with Grammar. You know, we've got some speakers that are new to the NRWA, at least new in my time that I've been here about 5-6 years. This will be my 6th conference in a row. So, you know, there's some speakers I'm looking forward to that we selected as a committee that are bringing business topics, but also, you know, some of the, there was one, oh, sorry, I should have had this already, but the SEO, really learning about some of the technical aspects, since we're really now more so in this technical world than ever, learning more about things that will have an impact on our daily work more so than ever. We have, you know, Tom Pauner, who's been, you know, such a very popular speaker, doing 2 presentations, one on recent grads and another one on LinkedIn. And anyone who's taking the NCOPE will know that he's got up-to-date a wealth of information that's available to us. And that's also one of the benefits to having our online presence, is that you know, generally by now all of our speakers, and some of them have been submitting their presentations, but generally it's submitted many months in advance so that we can prepare. But as things are emerging now and changes happen, we can get the most recent information. And so with something like Tom's presentation, where we're talking about LinkedIn and the changes that happen daily sometimes, it'll be great to have some current information. So hopefully, that's my little spiel. I haven't touched about everybody, because you can definitely go to the conference page and review all of our speakers and all of the information. But I think we've done a great job as a committee to both, you know, recruit and select some good speakers, but also, you know, offer a diversity of topics and retain speakers during this challenging transition. Because there was definitely some question about, you know, whether speakers wanted to do an online presentation, how it would look, and we really didn't have all the answers right away. So we do have, you know, retained most, which is great. So I'm very excited about that. If anybody has any questions, I'm open to anything.
Oh, there was a question about, well, first there's a question about door prizes, about what qualifies as a door prize. And there's a couple of different emails that being offered up.
Okay. Is that to donate a door prize, or are you?
Yeah, Rebecca's the right person. I just didn't have her email, so you can.
Oh, okay. Rebecca Basel. She's really collecting. But if you have any questions, I know our door prizes that we and we really try to get some good, exciting door prizes. You know, if there's a service that you provide, is the only restriction that we have is that it isn't sort of like an introductory sales process. So where it's like, you know, a free consultation, but there's some heavy sales pitch going on. So we definitely are, you know, welcoming. Many times we go out and buy a gift card, and it's really just, you know, like a $25 Amazon gift card that you attach your business card to, and next thing you know, you've kind of made a friend that you've connected with. I know I won one of Virginia's gift cards one year and to Starbucks, and it was like every time I got to Starbucks I thought of Virginia, so it was really nice. So stuff like that, you know, stuff to keep us going and connected.
I think one of the exciting things is going to be the fact that you can easily move from one session to another. Say you're, you know, into the first 10 minutes and you realize not quite the right match, you can hop into another. And those of you that have tried to do this conference on Zoom, you know, you get different Zoom logins and all that. This platform lets us go back and forth. And then all the sessions will be recorded too, which means that you can come back and listen. So
Definitely.
Great benefit. I don't know about you, I'm always torn. Sometimes I go to one and run to another to get the handout, and we don't have to do that this year, which
right.
is
And
really,
that's the thing
really
is,
fantastic.
we'll be able, all sessions will have the materials uploaded to that particular session. So you'll be able to access the materials that the presenter has provided. And it will be, so it's organized in a way that you don't have to scramble around to look for it. And you're right, you can hop in and out of a session if you want. The speaker won't know, there won't be like a ding or a noise or, you know, Nancy's left the room or something like that. So you can sort of hop in, pop out, see what's going on in each session. And then if you feel like there's one that you really would like to see again, you could go and review that session too.
I don't know if you've been following the chat, but Robbie was saying that there's also going to be a special workshop for speakers. So oh,
Yes,
I
know we're gonna want to walk through that with speakers and make sure. So don't feel like you're kind of struggling with, oh my God, you know, am I behind the 8 ball? You're definitely not. And any help and support that you need to make it a successful experience, we're going to walk you through it.
The other question too that came up on chat from Noreen is, oh, okay, and there's an answer. So Noreen had asked, what hours will the platform be open or live? And Robbie responded, technically all day and all night. So,
So
24
there won't necessarily be a staff member or NRWA representative available at all times, but technically once conference opens, you can network with someone at 1 a.m. If someone else is on the platform as well, you'll have the chat functions. Once we understand more of how the lounge works, you may even be able to interface with them there. Or if you don't want to talk to people at 1 or 2 in the morning, you'll still be able to jump on and view the recordings and download handouts from any of the sessions that you may have missed. Or maybe you did attend and got pulled away or distracted and just want to catch up on what was heard. Like if it's one of Tom's and he talks really fast.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also,
that function will only be available 24/7 on the days of our conference. You'll be able to go in early and build out your profile and select the sessions that you want to attend and that type of thing. But if someone else happens to be in the platform, you know, 2 weeks before the conference starts, you won't actually be able to interact with them in that way. So I just wanted to point out it's only during the 4 days of our conference.
I want to give kudos to Robbie and Jen. They've spent hours both finding the right platform for us and learning it. So
oh, definitely.
For all your
They
expertise,
did all
yeah.
that. And that was awesome.
It's mostly Robbie. So,
well,
it's
team
been
effort.
great.
I know our original idea was, oh, we'll just go on Zoom, and then that Robbie,
Oh, I know.
maybe something a little different. And wow, this is just
The other thing I wanted
Okay.
to mention as although it's virtual, part of our deadline for a registration is so that you can get the welcome box, you know, the conference box or materials. I mean, in addition to the goodies that are included in there, there will be some printed information for access to people that you may want to reach out to if you're needing some help and support. So, you know, it's not like we have a tech support going on, but we do, you know, if you're having a hard time, like where do you turn? The platform was great and had some pre-written directions for some commonly asked questions and how to navigate certain things. So some of that stuff will also be included in there. It is also included on the website too, for people that are savvy to kind of cruise around. But, you know, an at a glance kind of resource sheet so that we can have some, you know, you'll feel rest assured that there is, okay, I don't have to navigate another website. I've got this sheet that I can look at, like what am I supposed to, how do I start? So we're trying to take away any of the mystery or the fear of it.
We'll have 3 staff members on during the entire time. So Robbie, me, and Addie Blevins as well. So we'll be able to answer any questions.
okay. Sarah, tell us what fun we're going to have.
Hello, I'm Sarah Tim, membership chair and party person. And my team is working hard getting some fun activities for you guys to do after a long day of learning. We've got scavenger hunts and bingo and NRWA trivia planned. So I would brush up on your NRWA trivia for sure, because we're going to have some excellent prizes to give out. I'm looking forward to it.
Are we going to gamify some of that stuff? So
We're
that
gonna
people can get on the
gamify all of
leaderboard.
it. we're gonna gamify all of it. We're gonna really make this a lot of fun. Because like you, we've have to meet the challenge of transferring to a virtual approach, and it's hard, but they're doing it. The team is bringing everything together, and tomorrow we'll start finalizing that, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And Sarah, if I remember correctly, when people register by a certain deadline, they're going to get a surprise in the mail.
Oh yes, and I'm not gonna spill
Oh,
the
this is
contents
right.
of it. But it's a really nice welcome box this year. Everybody's done such a great job putting it together. It's what I told Jennifer was my dream welcome package for our members. So, and that you're gonna really enjoy that, and you'll need it for a couple of our events. Hint, hint.
Somebody want to jump in and remind us what that date is? The absolute must.
The date is August 14th.
Okay.
Is when that's the date where you're guaranteed to get the box before.
So 10 days.
And
And that's that's so that we can ensure that we have it to you.
before the conference.
Yes, but if you register, I mean, I'm not making any promises either, because I know those guys are working really hard to get them out.
To put them together,
You know, if you register, I think, and we still have enough available, even if it's after the conference,
Yeah.
they'll still
Yes.
get something.
But I encourage you, if take part in these activities that we're going to have that are going to be a lot of fun, I encourage you to register by August 14th, so you'll be ready to go.
Okay. I want to talk just a little bit about sponsorship opportunities. And I am going to put in the chat box in a few minutes the link. There's a couple of things that members have really enjoyed doing. And one is we have a member-to-member advertising opportunity. So if you do something different, unique, let's say you are a proofreader, let's say that you specialize in LinkedIn profiles, you can share that with other members, and Robbie will correct me, but that list is actually going to be available virtually so that people can go and find out. So it's not just the 60 or 80 or 100 people that go to conference, but all 600 of our members will have access to that information. It's a great advertising opportunity. The other thing is, if you have a book, we have a book nook. And if you are a member and have published a book, you might want to have your book included in the book nook. And then forward the link. If there is a business that you would really like to see at the conference, we brought in over the years some really good businesses so that members can have that personal conversation, set up a meeting, talk to people, really ask their questions, which is really a lot more fun than trying to figure out something on the website or just getting a random call, from a salesperson. So I will tuck that into the chat box, and I encourage you either to think about advertising your business, your book, or sharing that with someone you think might be interested in being a sponsor. And if you want, and you share that information with me about a prospective sponsor, I will reach out. I think that what we're offering virtually to sponsors is so much more exciting than what we've done in the past. I'm really enthusiastic about asking folks. Okay, I think, first of all, I want to thank all of our wonderful folks that have been working day and night to make this conference happen. You've seen 3 of them. You've seen Sarah and Nancy and Robbie, and Jen didn't take credit, but I know she's back there a lot of it. With their time remaining, I really want to open up to questions, both questions about what's going on or questions about, gee, this is what I really liked about the conferences in the past. Are we going to do it? Because that'll give us some ideas whether or not we can make some last minute tweaks. So somebody just jump in. Free form. Kyle, we can usually count on you to make a comment. Do you have anything?
I have a question to throw out there. Has anybody attended a virtual conference recently since all this transition's happened?
Yes.
Can you share your experience a little bit about it?
I think it was great. The only thing is, you don't have when you're there live, you feel the excitement, and that's kind of missing. But everything else was there because you could network with people. They break you out in break room sessions. You know, with Zoom, you got to get to people. You get to know people a little better, and so that was fine. It's just not the ambiance of all being in the same room. But outside of that, I thought it was great, and actually, I like it better. Because you do have access to recording afterwards, and if people are not clear, you can listen to it again, and you still meet other people. I think it's great. I've made great new connections that way as well. So to me, there's not a big difference, except you don't travel, you don't eat together or have a drink together or whatever we usually do at these conferences. You know, outside of the vibe in the room, everything else is the same. So that was my experience.
Thank you. That's awesome. Good to hear. Kyle, you said you were. Do you care to share anything?
Yeah, I'm happy to share. I attended two. I was a speaker at them. And I just like the convenience of not having to like worry about travel and taking extra days for travel, going there. And it was just convenient. I'm a huge introvert, so I liked the convenience of being able to network with all these people, but doing it from the convenience of your home. And I remember too, especially with the networking components, one of the conferences had a big focus on networking. It was nice being able to network with 20, 30 people at a time compared to when you're at conferences, it's groups of 2 or 3 people who you wouldn't normally be able to connect with so many people. And that's something we talked about. One of the benefits of a conference is you connect with people where there would usually be a barrier to entry. You would have to walk up to that small group, sit down, talk to people. And I feel like, at least for me as an introvert, you don't have to then go up to strangers and talk. You're already on the screen, and it eliminates one of those barriers. The virtual conference, which I really
Nice.
like.
Do you, your experience as a speaker, did you feel like there was a difference in connecting with were you able to answer questions? Did you feel like live time? Any tips you got?
I liked it, speaking, and I've done speaking events where I was recorded and then it was shown, which I'm not a fan of because I like engaging with people, but when it's live, I like it, especially when the chat box is used heavily because then audience members can all participate. So that's something that was fun. We're like asking, how's everyone doing? And then you have 30 people commenting. I feel like people are just really engaged in it in a way that's not, when you're in an event, people are just sitting there listening. When the chat's going, it's almost like 2 conversations are going, and there's this whole other level of engagement that's not normally there. So I really like it as an introvert because I like thinking and processing, so I can do that in the chat and engage with people. So I think it's fun, virtual conferences.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
Anybody else have an experience? I've attended a couple, and really same thing that Kyle is saying. I really got to network with people. I was afraid I wouldn't, but and it was just Zoom. So compared to that, this is gonna be great. But you got sent off into rooms and got to chat. So I thought that I thought it was great. I met people from all over the world. It was just a really, really good experience. We've got some chat going on. Let me see. Audio can happen in the meetups.
I think the question was, can we have live conversations with audio or all communication done over chat? It sounds like that might be, depending on each, I don't know, are you asking in the meetups or in the, like in the sessions themselves?
Well, I'm just asking in general, like right now, we can actually talk to each other. So will there be opportunities to talk to people, or is all conversation going to be we're typing into the chat window and then somebody's typing a reply?
So a lot of the sessions I think are going to be webinar format, where they're presenting and then you're putting Q&A into the chat box. But they did just enable the workshops feature that Robbie referenced, where we can have more people and like on camera, up to 16 people on camera. So for, we're probably going to use that format for Donna Tucker's sessions. And so we just need to test that out a little bit, but I think it'll be a combination of those items, but probably a little bit more will be on the webinar style format. But we will be taking people off, we will have some networking opportunities as well where you'll be able to talk.
What about Sarah's games? The games that Sarah's playing, how's that going to be done? Is that on Zoom or what?
Zoom.
Yes,
those will be on Zoom.
The platform does not interface with Zoom in a way like where we couldn't have this on the platform, what we're having right now. So for sessions like the welcome reception and some of Sarah's games, we will have a session that's listed on the platform that is just going to say, please, and we'll share the link to the Zoom session, and so you'll be pulled from the platform to go to Zoom, and that will be more like this session that we're in right now.
So how many can you have? Like if Sarah's doing a game, would everybody be able to be on Zoom at the same time?
Yes, the meeting that the Zoom, so it depends on how many registrants we have. If we get more than 100 registrants, then we will upgrade our Zoom account to the large meeting format, which can allow up to 500.
Wow. That's a lot of little faces on the screen.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to wonder how that works.
I'm sure that'll be more than what we need.
Yeah, that would be a chance to utilize the breakout room functions where it would be much more manageable little faces.
Right.
And I'll be honest, anything more than like 16, 20 like this, people start talking over each other and it gets crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nancy.
What, huh?
Those of you that haven't been on a Zoom meeting where there are 100, it's not like there's a little 100 little miniature pictures. You have to scroll through. There's a little arrow on the right and you scroll through. And everybody, I don't know what view you have. I have the view where I can see almost everybody. And that's what you have. And then you scroll through. And it's a little confusing when you have 100. And that's why you sort of have a moderator. But when somebody speaks, like I'm speaking, the little yellow box goes around. So you will see the speaker, even if they're, 3 pages down.
My hope is that we'll be able to have like someone from the conference committee in all sessions where they can help monitor that chat group so that it's not just Robbie or Jen having to monitor that, but during each speaker's presentation so that there is a team effort going on and the speaker isn't just kind of hanging there by themselves. There's going to be a resource for each speaker.
And we'll have the same with the membership committee activities. There'll be a membership committee member in each of the game rooms just to keep things flowing and keep things going the way they're supposed to.
And yes, Noreen, I think you do have to get dressed.
Yes.
Unless Sarah's planning on
just the top half.
I know.
Jazz pants.
Unless there's some pajama conference or something like that.
Yeah.
Flip flops. You never know. That might be a scavenger hunt item.
Yeah.
You never know.
Show your feet on this screen. What do you have on your feet?
Oh gosh.
And you get your foot up that high. It'll show how much.
I sure hope someone's given a pedicure as a door prize then, that's for sure.
Oh, I know, huh? I need one so bad. Ooh, we should do a PJ themed. Oh, I like that, Kyle. You're so good.
That would be fun.
But you can change into their pajamas. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. See, I knew this was going to be good.
Well, and because of the East and West Coast kind of scheduling, which was like something we really hadn't kind of thought about, and wanting it to be live, starting at 9 a.m. on the East Coast to 6 a.m. on the West Coast. So we had to sort of get creative with, coffee talk or early risers on the West Coast, or, late lunch, early happy hour on the East Coast kind of stuff. So, there'll be people in different time zones trying to, so to one, it might be pajama party, to another, it might be, happy hour.
So West
Yes,
Coast.
pets are welcome.
Days.
One person on the West Coast share that she
Kyle
has.
and Lorraine, you're all set. That's good.
Robbie.
So from one person on the West Coast, I can share that I have tops that go very nicely over pajamas for those 6 a.m. conference calls. So yes, we have an entire different wardrobe now with Zoom. So
Yes, but now you get to change into your pajamas at like 3, 2 in the afternoon for the conference, so.
oh, absolutely, that'll be fun. Sounds good. Well, for those of you that were on the fence about whether or not you were going to sign up, I hope you're convinced that this is really going to be an amazing conference. No travel, no masks required, no social distancing requirements. I mean, it's just going to be free form. It's going to be like the old conferences where, you know, no masks, no, and you know, somebody commented about the food. Bring your own. Okay. I want to respect everybody's time. We do have some more time if other people have questions, concerns. Just to reiterate, if you know of somebody that wants to be a sponsor, let me know, because there's a deadline this Friday for printed materials. After that, if they just want to go virtual, we can put them in fairly late. If you want your book featured, if you'd like to advertise to other members, follow up. There will be workshops for presenters, workshops for sponsors. And if we get a whole bunch of feedback, we may do something right before the conference if, you know, there's a lot of people concerned about the platform. I guess what I'm saying is we're going to work really, really hard to make this easy to access and really a very pleasant experience. If you're thinking, oh gosh, I don't know about technology, if you have with Robbie and Jen so far today and how accommodating they are, let me tell you that they are always there to make these things work for us. So, okay, if there's no other questions, I don't want to hold anybody up. A big thank you to Robbie, Jen, thank you for Nancy and Sarah, and then there's a whole bunch of people working behind the scenes on the conference committee and the membership committee. And if you come to conference, you will see all of them introduced and you'll see their faces. So, all right. Okay. If there's nothing else, I want to say goodbye. This is recorded. So if you missed some of it, we'll put Robbie on the spot. I don't like to do that. Robbie, when can we access this recording and how can we do that?
Barring any technical issues, I should get the recording within a couple minutes of the session today being finished, and then I can upload it to YouTube, and I'm planning to share a link in the midweek memo tomorrow, and then
Fantastic.
home for it on the website as well.
Okay. All right. Any other final questions, concerns? Oh, Miriam, yes.
Okay, Lorraine, I'm not quite clear now what you said because I'm waiting to hear when I have to submit my presentation because it's all done, but my date was changed, I think, when I deliver.
Miriam Rose, I'll email you after the session to confirm.
Thank you, Jennifer. And then, so what is it that you were talking about by this Friday, Lorraine?
Oh, for folks that are sponsors who want printed material to go out to in the surprise box. Friday's the deadline for hard copies. After that, if they want just the virtual options, which in my opinion are fantastic, they can register up to probably a week or so before the conference. Robbie is going to go, anyway, weeks before the conference, we can still post people, right, Robbie?
Yeah, we have more flexibility with virtual options, but to share something physical, we have a strict deadline.
Right.
Okay.
But
And
other
then-
than that, up to 2 weeks before.
Sorry. And then the last thing is I heard the name of Rebecca, but I don't know who that is to submit the door prize to.
Rebecca Basel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
email is in the chat box.
I'll go back and see if I can find
Do
it.
that, Amir, just email me and I'll forward it to you because you and I are email buddies. So
Okay, thank you.
any other
you.
questions?
Rebecca's email is also in the newsletter that went out today, the August
Oh,
newsletter.
good.
Was it? Okay. Very good. Thank you. Rebecca Bosi, I see. Info at Dream Life Team. That's it.
That's
Yes.
it.
Thank you.
And I won't say who, but someone just registered for conference right
Woohoo!
Yay!
All right.
And Nancy's going to register too. So
I am. I'm going to register right away.
Don't forget.
anyway,
I think I'm registered, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I did.
I think you
you
do.
can go into the website to your member portal and it'll tell you what you're
So,
registered.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All righty. Take
All
care.
right, everybody have
All
a
right,
great
thank
rest
you.
of the day.
Bye. See you at conference.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Nice.
Bye-bye.